Hello Noddies, welcome back to the channel. In previous video we explored low pass filters, high pass filters, quality factor and how damping affect the frequency response of a LC circuit. Today we are taking the next step and studying two more important filter types, the band pass filter and the band reject filter. We will understand both series and shunt implementations, learn how to determine the component values from a desired center frequency, and finally verify everything through simulations. So let's get started. Let's first understand the intuition behind these circuits. A bandpass filter allows only a specific range of frequencies to pass through while attenuating frequencies that are outside the range. At resonant frequency, the inductive reactance and capacitive reactance cancel out each other. As a result, the circuit provides maximum transition around the center frequency. Here we can see two common implementations. One is the series bandpass filter and another is the shunt bandpass filter. Both operate on the same resonance principle, but the circuit topology is different. Now let's look at the band reject filter, also known as the notch filter. A band reject filter performs the exact opposite operation of the bandpass filter. Instead of allowing frequencies around resonance to pass, it suppresses them while allowing frequencies above and below the notch frequencies to pass. Again, we have two common implementations. One is the series band reject filter and the other is shunt band reject filter. To design for all these filters, begin with the resonant frequency equation, which is nothing but f is equal to 1 by 2 pi root of LC. For this example, let's assume center frequency is 100 kHz and the inductor is 100 microhenry. Using the resonance frequency formula, we obtain the capacitor value around 25.3 nanofarad. The standard second order transfer function for a band pass filter is shown here. Notice the quality factor term once again appears in the denominator. This tells us that bandwidth and selectivity are directly related to Q. Now let's determine the quality factor. From the resonant circuits, bandwidth is equal to center frequency by Q. Here Q is equal to F naught by W, which is around 10. So as the quality factor increase, the bandwidth decrease. A higher quality factor means a narrower bandwidth and a better selectivity. A lower quality factor means a wider width. If bandwidth is 10 kHz, the lower cutoff should appear at 95 kHz and the upper cutoff should appear at 105 kHz. Now let's design it. For a series resonance circuits, the Q is given by omega naught L by R. Here we get the Q is equal to 1 by R root of LC, where R is equal to 1 by Q root of L by C. Plugging in the values, we get the R value as 6.28 ohms. For a parallel RLC circuit, the Q is given by R by omega naught L, where Q is equal to R root of C by L, where R is equal to Q omega naught L, and we get the R as 628 ohms. Here we can notice something interesting. A higher Q in parallel resonance circuit requires a larger resistance, where a higher Q in a series resonance circuit requires a smaller resistance. This is one of the key difference between the series and parallel resonance circuits. After simulation, we should observe the following response. For the series bandpass filter, the output should peak around the resonant frequency of 100 kHz. Signal close to the resonant frequency are passed, while the frequency outside the pass band are attenuated. The minus 3 dB point should appear near the 95 kHz and 105 kHz, producing the desired bandwidth of 10 kHz. Now let's examine the band reject filter. At resonance, the LC band creates a notch in the response. As a result, frequency around 100 kHz are heavily attenuated while the frequency away from the resonance pass through. Now let's go to cadence and design one. Open your cadence, press I to go to the add instance library and find your inductor here. Our inductor is set to be 100 microhenry. Place your inductor. Press I again to go to the same analog library. Here find your capacitor. Our capacitor is found to be 25.3 nanofarad. Place your capacitor. Press I to go again to this analog library. Find your resistor and your resistor is found to be 6.28 ohms. Place your resistor. Press R to rotate your capacitor. Place your capacitor. Press I again to go to the analog library. Find your voltage source which is VDC and give your AC magnitude as 1. Place your voltage source. Press I again. Find your ground from the same analog library. Place your ground. Press W to finish wiring your circuits. I have finished wiring my circuits. Here click check and save. Launch ADL. Choose your analysis as AC analysis. And since our center frequency is around 10 kilohertz, let me sweep the value from 100 hertz to 10 megahertz. Run your simulation. Result, direct plot, ACDB20. Click your output node, press escape in your keyboard. Here, around 100 kilohertz, we can see a peak. So this is the design of bandpass filter. Now let's try to design the band reject filter. I have now rearranged the circuit for band reject filter. Here you can notice something different. Here I have added a 1 ohm extra resistor which is not in our design. The reason for this is at resonant frequencies these two act like a short circuit and this voltage source is directly connected to ground which we don't actually want. So we will add a source resistor here so that it will have another path to follow. So that's the reason why we are going for this 1 ohm resistor. So now check and save. Go to the same ADL window, run your simulation, result, direct plot, DB20, click your output node, press escape in your keyboard. So from here we could see around 100 kilohertz, we can see a sharp response. So we have completed simulating our circuits. Now it's your turn, Noddies. We have already analyzed the series bandpass and shunt band reject filter. Can you derive and simulate the remaining two configuration, the shunt bandpass and the series band reject filter? Try using the same design specifications. Use the center frequency as 100 kHz, bandwidth as 10 kHz, and inductance as 100 microhenry. Calculate the component values, determine the quality factor, find the required resistor, and verify the frequency response in cadence. Pause the video and give it a try. So notice in today's video we learned how bandpass and band reject filter are designed using resonant principle. We calculated the resonant frequencies, bandwidth, quality factor and resistor value for both series and parallel resonant circuits. We have also learned why source resistance became important in practical simulations and especially for band reject filters where resonance can create an almost zero ohms path. And as always, keep learning, keep simulating and keep building.